Hey, what's up everybody? This is Molina93 here. Today's gonna be my reaction to Angry Video Game Nerd Godzilla episode 77. And this was requested by the return of Game 1 Music HD, so a big shout out to you, buddy. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Episode 77, September 4, 2009. Wow. Almost 15 years.
He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat.
Wow, he caught the VHS. Oh man, Superman 64. It looks cool with the sunglasses on. The laughing dog from Duck Hunt. Yeah. Nice artwork. And the new Godzilla movie is coming out. Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire.
As a kid, two of my favorite things were video games and Japanese monster movies.
Cool.
Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla. Monsters beating the hell out of each other and blowing the fuck out of everything in sight. I love that shit. Being a Godzilla fan in the late 80s and early 90s wasn't easy for an American.
I like Godzilla, but I'm not a huge fan
The
of.
only way to see these movies was to scan through the TV guide every Sunday and see if any happened to be on, or go to every local video store hoping to be lucky enough to find some on VHS.
Yeah, because Godzilla is
there were
originally
only
from
two
Japan.
Godzilla films released in theaters here in the United States: Godzilla 1985 and Godzilla 2000. The
Okay.
1998 American version doesn't count.
I've heard that one is terrible.
I found out Toho
That is
had still
nothing
been
like
making
Godzilla.
these movies all through the 90s, but they were only in Japan. I was pissed off. When it came to
yeah.
video games, we also got fucked.
Localizing
pretty hard.
these
This
movies.
was my first Godzilla game. Godzilla
And especially
on the
games.
NES. Let's pop this piece of reptilian fuck nugget in.
Fuck nugget.
Godzilla, monster of monsters.
Why is he blocking the-
This should already be a clue
the
to how
name?
half-assed this game is, because he's blocking half the title.
Yeah.
In 2000 XXX AD. Why is it always X? Like they couldn't come up with an exact year, so just make it X. The Earth receives a declaration. Oh,
Okay.
fuck this. Let's start the game. Great looking game. What's this? Godzilla chess? So you take
I
control
don't
of
understand
both Godzilla
either.
and Mothra and move them around these hexagon spaces. Then you go into these battle zones. This is more like it, right?
Well, this
Classic
looks-
side-scroller action. More
This
like
looks
classic
promising.
mindless button masher. Oh well, at least you have a lot of attacks.
I mean, when it comes to
Godzilla
the looks of
punches,
this game.
kicks, swings his tail, and breathes his trademark atomic breath. How often has Godzilla ever been in space? Once, as far as I remember, Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. Why not take place on Earth? I want to trample some buildings. Instead, I'm just beating up on rocks. And
Yeah.
how does Godzilla jump without bending his knees? Looks
I mean,
like he's
why
bouncing
isn't he on
a
Earth
trampoline.
destroying
What are
the
these
buildings?
things? Evil totem
Like he does on the
poles?
movies.
What's this, too? What's that? What's everything? Did they just send Godzilla to some shithole planet that happens to be the garbage can of the cosmos where everything that never existed got thrown away?
Yeah, that's
After
so
you get through one
weird.
of the battle zones, the CPU moves one of its own monsters. Then it's your turn again. You can move Godzilla or Mothra if you want. Yeah, let's check out Mothra. Well, the good thing is that she can fly, obviously, which means you can bypass
Well,
obstacles.
He's
When
a
you're
giant
playing
moth.
as Godzilla, every 2 seconds there's a pile of rocks in your way. But Mothra just flies over that shit. Well, except when you get hit. Anything that touches her, she gets forced to the ground. She can shoot tomatoes and drop wings. Yeah, she
What?
drops wings. That would be like if you could throw your own arms. Mothra
Yeah.
sucks. That's all there is
That
to
is so
it.
weird.
When you pick Mothra, the game just laughs.
I don't know.
What's this? What the fuck's hitting me? What is this?
A
Oh, it's a
volcano?
volcano? I can't walk past a
But
volcano
isn't this
that's
far
in the
away?
background? All I gotta do is hit it? That's a sensible solution. Kick the top of a volcano. The idea of each board is to destroy all the monsters. Here we have Mogra and Gazora. Are you
The
kidding?
giant squid.
Mogra and Gazora? Out of all the available monsters in the Godzilla franchise, they had to go with two monsters that weren't even originally from a Godzilla movie. Of course, Mogra appeared in Godzilla vs.
couldn't
Space
tell.
Godzilla, and there's stock footage of Gazora in Godzilla Final Wars, but those movies didn't happen until way after this game. I found a glitch where you can just keep hitting Mogra with
Is
your
that
tail.
like a giant
Look at
armadillo?
that. It's so easy. What happened? There's a time limit? Yeah, so
What?
if you take too long to fight the monster, you gotta start over. And the monster regains some of its life. You don't. The worst part,
Oh
after you
my
defeated Mogra
God.
and Gazora
That
and
is
go to
so
the next
unfair.
stage, guess who's next? Mogra and Gazora. Yeah, they just keep recycling the same monsters, but add one per stage. Like here we have Varan, another obscure monster that appeared in its own movie.
Just
and made a
recycling
small
the same
cameo in the
designs.
Godzilla film. Engaging the monsters in battle is awkward. Will you fight the enemy? Yes. Will you fight Gazora? Yes, that's the enemy, right? Other times, you don't want to fight the enemy, but it doesn't take no for an answer.
Is this like some
No.
kind of RPG? I'm so confused.
Damn it, I said no! Then there's times
Oh
when the
my
game
God.
thinks you're trying to move and the monster's blocking your way. Like, yeah, there's the monster. I want to fight him. Throughout the game, the choice of enemies gradually becomes more what you'd expect. It goes from Baragon and the Smog Monster to Gigan and Ghidorah, but Ghidorah is tucked away in a corner, so you'll be lucky if you get that far. Here's Mecha Godzilla. Now that's what I'm talking about. Almost
I
got
do
it.
remember
Gonna
Mecha
win. Gonna beat
Godzilla.
Mechagodzilla.
That fucking time limit! That motherfucking shit-sucking time limit! It's
Yeah,
not even like
I
there's
agree.
a counter. It's like the game just pulls the plug. Like, oh, you're gonna win? Well, not anymore, you ass-bag, fecal fucker, shit-shaped anus brain. The game
Yeah,
cheats.
so
That's
unfair.
It. That's all there is to it. The game fucking cheats.
But we're not done because there's a sequel, Godzilla 2. This one's got to be way better, right? I mean, they experimented with the first one. a little
Well, the
trial
cover
and
looks
error.
cool.
Now it's time for some improvement. I mean, sometimes you got to take a nasty shit before you can take a better shit.
What? That doesn't look like a Godzilla game? Like, what is this? Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
What is this? This
I
doesn't
don't
even
know.
look like a Godzilla game. This is
That's
just
what I
as
said.
much of a Godzilla game as SimCity when the monster attacks. You don't even get to play as Godzilla. You're the military. You just move tanks and planes around like a fucking board game. When you go to battle
No.
mode, it sort of goes into
No.
an RPG style. You each take your turns attacking.
No, I
Whether
would
or
not
you
play
hit or
this
miss
at all.
depends on the outcome of a slot machine. Yes, a fucking slot machine.
This looks
I don't even
boring.
understand how this whole thing works. But one thing for sure, you'll never be lucky enough to match up all three. You might do
Very
minimal
misleading
damage at
title.
best, but the monsters keep regaining their energy. But not you. The music in this game is so horrible, they actually have an option to turn it off. But when you turn off the music, it turns off the sound effects too.
What's the point?
So what's the point? You might as well just mute the fucking TV.
Yeah,
You thought the first game was bad?
That is
This
pointless.
an insult to the first game. This shouldn't have been called Godzilla 2. That would be like if the NES had a Ninja Gaiden 4, but it was a puzzle game. You don't pretend
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is a sequel when it's not even in the same
this kind of
category.
reminds me from
It should have been called
Banjo-Kazooie
Godzilla
to
Strategic
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and
Operations
Bolts,
Simulator,
basically.
Or Simzilla. Well, I'm afraid to say, but let's check out Godzilla on Game Boy. Okay, this looks promising. The demo shows the monster roll call. They all look great. Godzilla looks okay.
Well, this
His
one
head's
makes
kinda
up for
messed
it.
up. Looks like that thing in Empire Strikes Back that comes out of the asteroid. Let's see how the game looks.
What? No. Like, wait, what? What am I watching? Does this look like a Godzilla game? No, not at
Are you
all.
fucking joking? Godzilla
This looks like a
the
Bubble
dragons
Bobble.
from Bubble Bobble. You're going
Yeah.
around climbing vines, pushing rocks, and hitting monsters with a boxing glove that Godzilla
No.
spits from his mouth. How could they do this to the king of the monsters?
That is another
Might as well have
misleading
Godzilla
title.
in a clown suit jumping on a pogo stick.
I'm not even gonna waste my time.
This
on
makes
shit.
look
The best way to
Godzilla
sum
like a
this up
joke.
Is to recite a very famous
This
quote
makes
from
Godzilla
William
look like a
Shakespeare.
joke.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Next up, moving over.
What is
to
with all
Super
these
Nintendo,
designers
we
not
got
making very
Super
faithful to its
Godzilla.
source material?
Ooh, now
I don't
we're
get
getting
it.
super into it. That means we're not playing around anymore. Time to
So
get
let's see how the
serious.
Super Nintendo game looks like.
Ooh, the year 1990X. They narrowed it down to the decade, so I guess they were a little more confident with the date on this one. The graphics are nice. It looks like what you'd expect in a Godzilla
Yeah,
game.
this does
The
look promising.
gameplay is a totally different story. You control Godzilla, who's represented by a blue dot on the map screen. The top of the screen is just for show. So playing as Godzilla, you'd want to be destroying buildings, right? Well, here, the buildings drain your health. That
What?
makes no sense. Godzilla destroys buildings all the time. That's what he's good at. That's like if Mike Tyson couldn't punch anybody without hurting his hand.
Yeah, I
When you
mean that
engage
is
the enemy monster,
that is
it goes to a
stupid.
battle screen. Now this looks like the Godzilla game I've been waiting for. But no, not quite. Because it's unlike any fighting game you've ever played. The on-screen instructions don't make any sense. There's 2 stamina meters, which they refer to as fighting spirit. They say to hold down the enemy's fighting spirit, then punch to open up Godzilla's attack window and pull back quickly. So let me try to summarize. You get close to the enemy, you punch him, then you go back and hit L and R to choose an attack. They don't tell you that, do they? They don't tell you you're supposed to press L and fucking R. Why is it
I
so
don't get
hard
it.
to have 2 monsters fighting without it being a fucking Einstein project? I'd hate to say, but I still prefer the NES version. At
Yeah,
least
that one
was
looks
easier
better
to understand how to
than
play
the
it.
Super NES
By
game.
this time, I gave up on Godzilla games. If they couldn't get it right on Super Nintendo, then all hope was gone. My wish
They
was
didn't know
just to
what they
have
were
a
doing with
traditional
Godzilla.
tournament fighter featuring all the Godzilla monsters. Well, my wish was half granted. The Godzilla game of my dreams was actually made, but only released in Japan, which means
Super
we're gonna have
Famicom.
to play it on the Super Famicom. It's called Godzilla Kaiju Daikaisen. It's bittersweet to finally play this. Today, it's nothing special, but back
Honestly,
then, I
they should have
would've loved it.
localized this
It
game.
has most of the monsters you know from the movies.
This looks
They
better
all have special
than the
moves,
one that was
backgrounds
released
are
in North America.
recognizable, and the music is there. It's fucking Godzilla. But the whole tragedy of this, and what I'll never forget, is that Nintendo Power teased me with this game. Issue 72, May 1995. Coming
Wow.
soon, Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters. When I saw this page, I shit my pants. A Godzilla tournament fighter? Oh my god, I can't wait to play this. Never again.
Yeah,
was
I
it
bet you were
mentioned.
disappointed
Never
back
will I
then.
find it in stores. Only in Japan, only in Japan.
15 years later, I'm still pissed. All I wanted was a great Godzilla game, but my childhood passed me by, and I never got it. But nowadays,
Maybe there
there's
could
plenty
be
of
any Godzilla game
games.
that you could
Godzilla
like.
Destroy All Monsters Melee, Godzilla Save the Earth.
I've seen one of these
Godzilla
games on the
Unleashed.
retro gaming
This
stores.
is after my time. I don't know anything about this here PlayStation 2 and Xbox shit, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay, so they're basically fighting games. The face he does. Well, they look okay from what I've seen. Well, these games look alright, I guess. I don't know if these games are good or bad, but from what I've seen, they look okay. Do you like him or are you disappointed by those games? He's gonna say fuck. Not your Super Nintendo games. No.
Why couldn't I have those games when I was a kid? God damn it, I was born too fucking early. Instead,
Yeah.
I have to grow up with these miserable pieces
Yeah, right now
of shit
you're
fucking anal
in your
jokes.
40s.
These games suck Baragon's sweaty ball sack. I'd rather get an electric shock from sucking Mechagodzilla's mechanical wiener. These games are shit, drizzling out of the smog monster's rancid putrid a-hole. And then being swallowed and barfed up by Angerus while I lay on his spikes getting Gigan's buzzsaw up my ass. While Desudroya dumps his diabolical diarrhea all over my face.
Oh my
Man,
god.
it's just a bunch of fuck. It's a pile of cunt. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Cunt. Fuck. God damn it. I just said fuck from the bottom of my heart, and I said every curse that there is. There's nothing left. So you know what? Somebody's got to invent a new curse word. I think I got it. This game, these fucking games are...
What did you just said?
It's that bad.
Dang. Okay then. So there you go, guys. That is my reaction to Angry Video Game Nerd Godzilla episode 77. I thought it was a good episode. It was entertaining. It was so hilarious how he was disappointed that he didn't grow up with the 6th gen games, and the games he grew up with when it comes to Godzilla are from the NES and Super Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, it sucks because you have some designers, game designers, that they don't know what they're doing when it comes to the licenses. I mean, not making faithful to their source material. I mean, if you have the right people to make those kind of games, you have to make sure that they have to be very faithful to its source material. If it's not done right, then it won't work. And it was very hilarious how he was raged that he didn't grow up with the 6th gen games, and he was about to let the word fuck out of his body, and he was raged and he was throwing the Super Nintendo games like in the Godzilla style. I thought that was hilarious. I just hope that those Super Nintendo games are okay, that they're not damaged at least. Sometimes it sucks that something you grew up with, you want an adaptation to be just as good as how it originated. If you have the right people respecting the source material, then it could be done in the right way. But how the NES and the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy games are, I mean, that's not how you do it. But overall, good episode, and hope you guys did enjoy it as well. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you want to check out Cinemassacre, Angry Video Game Nerd, I'll put the links in the description below, and better subscribe to him. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos to come for you guys to enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and a like button below. And comment in the section below, what do you guys think about AVGN's Godzilla episode? Do you like it or not? It is your choice. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Peace. Just like that.